Welcome to my views and news. Some news stories for you. First one is from Washington, D.C., where PM Abiy arrived more than 3 days ago, and today, on Friday, reportedly, he cancelled a talk at a venue because of Tigrayan protest. Tigray genocide protesters forced PM Abiy to cancel his talk at a venue in Washington. Just now, we received this report from the US. Details for you. Secondly, the 3 day long US Africa summit came to a close today, and PM Abiy was strangely missing from final photo shoot. Other African leaders were seen. We have a clip for you showing Joe Biden, US President, with all the participants of US Africa Summit. PM Abiy nowhere to be seen. And thirdly, the lady who tried to confront PM Abiy yesterday is now appearing. Her pictures are being shared. Who is she? And lastly, viewers, I want to speak a little on humanitarian crisis, both in Tigray, Oromia, and border areas of Amhara-Oromia border. Wellega seems to be second Tigray now. No electricity, no internet, no banking, no access for aid organizations, for numerous organizations into Wellega and Tigray as well. Immense harm done to Tigray's infrastructure. ICRC today shared a report from Tigray. Firstly, viewers, PM Abiy, we know that arrived in the US more than 3 days ago to attend US Africa Summit. US is hosting African leadership. 49 African countries were invited to this summit. Invitations were sent to heads of state. In Ethiopia, to head of state was invited, and that was the president. But obviously, on behalf of President, PM can attend such summits. That is why PM Abiy went to the US. And there we saw his pictures with Joe Biden. The two were seen watching Morocco-France football match together. And we know that Tigrayans, Oromos, Amharas, they protested outside the venue convention center in Washington, D.C., where the summit was underway. The three ethnic groups chanted slogans against PM Abiy. And reportedly, on Friday, PM Abiy had to cancel a talk at a venue in Washington, D.C. because some protesters gathered there in front of the venue. What we have learned is that PM Abiy was due to deliver a speech at a venue which is Council on Foreign Relations. Council on Foreign Relations is based in Washington, D.C. PM Abiy was due to speak there, but several Tigrayans, they gathered in front of the venue. They started chanting slogans with placards written Tigray genocide, and reportedly PM Abiy cancelled his talk at a Council on Foreign Relations in Washington, D.C. That is what is being confirmed to us by someone who were there at the venue. So Tigrayans are protesting. We know that yesterday a lady tried to confront PM Abiy, though she could not reach him. The incident happened at a hotel, Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Washington, D.C., where PM Abiy and his delegation are staying. The hotel is in Washington, D.C. The woman could not reach PM Abiy, but she was seen shouting at Ethiopian government officials, and she said that Abiy is a genocider and things like that. Who is this lady? Pictures are being shared so far. No names. This is the lady who reportedly tried to confront PM Abiy yesterday, but she could not reach the Prime Minister. Thirdly, the 3-day long summit, US Africa summit, has ended. At the end, there was a photo shoot with Joe Biden and African leaders standing for photo shoot. I have a clip for you shared by Reuters, shared by Voice of America, showing Joe Biden, US President, with all the participants of the summit. PM Abiy was missing. He was not seen. So he was missing from final photo shoot ceremony, you can say. Has he already departed the US? Why was he missing? It's not clear so far. But you can clearly see in the video that there is no PM Abiy. Other leaders can be seen. Sisi was seen from Djibouti. Ismail Omar was seen. From Somalia, Hassan Sheikh was there too. African Union's Musa Faki, entire African leadership there who was invited. But no PM Abiy seen at final photo shoot ceremony. Watch this clip from final photo shoot after the closure of US Africa summit. Lastly, viewers, crisis in Tigray and Oromia regions of Ethiopia and in Amhara region as well, especially in Amhara region on Amhara-Oromia border. Firstly, ICR's International Committee of Red Cross today shared a report from Tigray. ICRC says that peace deal is fragile. It has limited access, ICRC, to the parts of Tigray. Infrastructure has been destroyed. Conflict has severely impacted the infrastructure, hospitals, other schools, etc. in Tigray. Limited amount of medicine, food arriving in Tigray. There is hunger, not only among Tigrayans, but among healthcare workers too. They are without salaries, limited fuel, aid starting to arrive, but still a lot needs to be done. That is why we say that peace deal needs to be cemented. If there is assumption of fighting, people of Tigray will suffer more. This suffering forced TPLF to make concessions. Their people were not in a position to continue a long war. So TPLF had to make concessions in Pretoria. Secondly, Oromia, which is now second Tigray. Western Oromia, Wellega. No electricity, no banking, no telecom service, no internet, and no access for aid organizations to Wellega. No access for human rights organizations to enter Wellega. Addis Ababa, Nakamte, Gimbi, Benishangal, Gumuz Road still blocked in different places. It means aid cannot enter Wellega from Addis Ababa and neither from Amhara region Not from Addis Ababa, aid can enter Wellega. Hundreds of thousands displaced into different parts of Oromia, into Amhara region as well. Amharas suffering too. Amharas living in Wellega. Amhara regional government has restarted two IDP camps which were closed, I think. One is Jara IDP camp. The camp is for Amharas mainly, being displaced from Wellega, entering Amhara region. Secondly, Turkish site in South Wollo. Both have been reactivated, they have been restarted because IDPs from Oromia, from Wellega, from Western Oromia are entering Amhara region of Ethiopia. So you see that the crisis in Western Oromia is gradually engulfing Oromia, though obviously not entire Oromia is facing the crisis. Western Oromia is worst affected area. Why? Because there is no solution to the conflict between OLA and government forces. Amhara and Oromo tensions continue as well. A lot needs to be done in Ethiopia. We were signing of peace deal last month between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government is not going to lead to peace and prosperity in Ethiopia. Ethiopia needs a lot more in terms of follow-up actions, in terms of other conflict resolution in other parts of Ethiopia. Oromia must be now center of attraction. At the same time, Tigray, some areas of Afar and areas of Amhara region and drought-affected areas of Somali region should not be neglected too. People are still suffering. Yes, war has come to a close in northern Ethiopia, but not in other parts of Ethiopia, especially in Oromia. Still no signs of direct talks between OLA and Ethiopian federal government, though Oromia region's MPs are putting pressure upon Ethiopian federal government to start talks with Oromo Liberation Army. Let's see. So far, crisis continues in parts of Ethiopia. Thank you for watching.